Lately I've been rereading a book that I was introduced to years ago by Alan Hirsch. It's called The Forgotten Ways. Hirsch is a church planter as well as a missiologist, which really means he specializes in the study of mission or purpose, the purpose of the church. Now, all Christians acknowledge that in Jesus Christ God was fully present and that God moved into our neighborhood in an act of humble love, the likes of which this world has never known. And in that book, The Forgotten Ways, Hirsch shares 4 dimensions that frame our understanding of how God comes to us in Jesus. And the first is presence. Jesus was not just a representative of God like all the other prophets who came before him. Jesus was actually God. God is present with us in our everyday lives and moments of lostness and love and fear and faith. God is present with us during our jolts of disappointment as well as in our grand moments of joy. But a second dimension of God being in Jesus is proximity. God hasn't just come to be near us to help us understand who God is, but God comes close to us so that we can actually, have a friendship with Christ, so that we can experience a loving relationship with the Maker of heaven and earth. Along with presence and proximity, Alan Hirsch talks about a third characteristic, the powerlessness of God in Jesus. Now maybe that's a term that surprises you a little bit, not one that you might have used to describe the all-powerful God. And yet, becoming one of us, Jesus shows us the true nature of God, which is not coercive, but one of love and humility, and even powerlessness. These are characteristics that the Bible reminds us can help transform human society. That's important these days as some try to force their ways and their views on others by doing things. But God isn't that way with us. God is shown to us through Jesus' humble birth and ways, and his love for the world. The fourth dimension of God that Jesus shows us beyond his presence, beyond his proximity and his powerlessness is proclamation. Jesus initiates the invitation. He calls to us to come and follow him, and then it's up to us to listen and respond. All 4 dimensions are part of the church's mission too. We are meant to be present with, not distant from, others. And our proximity ought to help others to get to know us more than just superficially, but actually create a relationship of trust and respect. And as Christ's church, our mission is to exhibit humility and love as trademark characteristics of our faith, not forcing religion on anyone, but loving them. And fourth, you and I are meant to be proclaimers of the good news. When people look at Christ's followers, God wants them to see as well as hear how our relationship with Jesus Christ influences our choices, instilling hope and offering peace and filling us with love. In other words, the mission of the church, it isn't somewhere out there. It actually lives in each one of us, where we live our lives every day, among family and friends and classmates and colleagues. Jesus' way is far from mission impossible. It's the most natural thing in the world. I'm Craig Rumble. Thanks for being together with Markham Baptist Church.